Another video. This is just how I contour and highlight. I did use a few new products today, so I decided this would be the perfect time for me to go ahead and do an updated contour and highlight video. I get a lot of questions asking how I contour and highlight and what products I use and all that stuff, so I thought this would be a perfect time for me to go ahead and do that for you. So this is what it looks like, how I contour and highlight. And like I said, I used a few new products for you guys. Some of them you've seen, some of them are new. So I really hope you guys enjoy this video, and until the next video, I'll see you soon. Bye. Okay guys, so first I'm going to start off by taking the Smashbox Photo Ready primer, and I'm just applying this into my T-zone. Really, I did have a clip of it, but it was super out of focus, so I didn't even put it in the video. But I'm just putting that onto my T-zone. That's the only areas that I put it, really. And this primer is great. I'm thinking about doing a review on it, but I'm loving it so far. And as you can see, I put it on my nose, underneath my eyes, and where my pores are, which is by my nose, and my smile lines and stuff. Next, I'm taking my Maybelline Fit Me foundation in the shade 330, and it's the matte and poreless one. And I'm just blending that into my face using my Real Techniques beauty sponge. This is a great affordable sponge if you are looking to buy a beauty blender but you don't want to pay the $20 or whatever. Go ahead and pick this up. It's only $5. And I'm just blending that into my skin, just using dabbing motions. I love this foundation, you guys. I just love it. It has become my new holy grail foundation from the drugstore. Yes. Okay, so after I'm done blending that foundation in completely, I'm taking a new product today. I'm taking the Rimmel London Wake Me Up Concealer in the shade medium, and I'm also taking my Maybelline Fit Me in the shade medium as well. But I'm taking the Rimmel London Wake Me Up Concealer right now, and I'm just applying that underneath my eyes, and then I'm going to go ahead and blend that out. So far, I am loving this concealer, you guys. I'm really enjoying it. I just got it today, and I was so thirsty to use it, so I used it today in this video. And yeah, I'm really liking it. It does look a little too light on me once I put the Maybelline Fit Me on, but don't worry, because I blend it all out and everything comes together, so don't worry. Because at first that's what I was worried about, but in person it really didn't look as light as it did on camera. But it blended out really flawlessly and did not crease as long as I had it on, and it just looked really nice. It was full coverage, and I'm just really enjoying it. I also placed that onto my nose, my cupid's bow, my chin, and my forehead. And once again, just blending that out with the same sponge. Oh, I love this foundation. This concealer. Like I said, my first time using it, I'm just loving it. Next, I took the Maybelline. Oh, I guess I'm just still blending it out some more. After I'm done blending it out, I'm going to be taking the Maybelline Fit Me. And I'm not applying a lot of this. I'm just going to be applying it right in the same areas, my under eyes, nose, chin, and forehead, just a little bit, and blending that out once more with my beauty blender, just to give an extra little highlight. Next, of course, I'm taking my Midnight Banana Powder, and I'm taking this e.l.f. blush brush, and I'm kind of packing that on. I didn't feel like using one of those little sponges today, because usually, lately, I've been, doing, the little baking method or the cooking method. I used to do that a while ago when I first started doing makeup, but I felt like it looked really cakey on my skin. But maybe I just wasn't, brushing it off completely or whatever, because now when I do it, it makes my skin look flawless. But I'm just packing that on with the brush, and I'm putting a lot on, as you can see. Any areas where I just want to highlight and just make sure it stays matte, and I let that sit for 3 or 4 minutes. And now I'm just taking this Coastal Scents brush, and I don't know what type of brush it is. It's like a dual fiber stippling brush kind of, and I'm kind of just blending all of that powder out. Next, I'm taking my BH Cosmetics Pro Matte Powder and just setting my face. And by the way, when we highlight, we want to bring forward those areas. So you want to be sure to use a concealer that's maybe 2 shades lighter than you. We're going to bring forward those areas of your faces and like accentuate those like cheekbones and all that stuff. So that's why we highlight. We want to bring forward the bridge of our nose, you know, our chin, our cupid's bow, make those items look bigger and just bring those forward so those draw attention to our face. Next, I'm taking my Anastasia Beverly Hills contour powder in Havana. I just popped it out the actual kit because I was just doing the most, trying to show you like the actual product. And I'm bronzing my face a little bit with that, taking this on a kabuki brush. And bronzing with me personally, I like to use a warmer bronzer, but I kind of wanted to use this today as my bronzer. This is just giving just some natural warmth and just natural definition back to the skin. Just adding some color to your skin. When you add your foundation and stuff like that, you lose all types of like your natural dimension. So I'm just applying some more color to my skin. Next, I'm taking my Anastasia contour powder in the shade Espresso, and I'm actually contouring my cheekbones. So I am adding shade, like darkness, to these areas to go ahead and sink them in. So it makes my cheekbones look a little bit more sculpted, and it also makes my face look a little bit more sculpted as well, and looks a little skinnier. But I really just contour just so my cheekbones can pop. So whatever you want to like to sink in, to, you know, not draw as much attention to, you might want to contour. So if you have a big forehead like I do, you want to contour your forehead so it doesn't look as big, you know. And then I'm contouring my nose. Not everyone has to do this, but I am taking the shade that I use to bronze first on this like kabuki brush. It's like an angled fluffy kabuki brush, and I am just contouring my nose with this. And this brush is really easy to contour because it's angled and it gets right into like those different hollows. And this is also going to make my nose appear just a little bit thinner and just a little bit smaller. Next, I'm taking this Wet n Wild eyeshadow brush, and I'm taking the Espresso shade that I used to contour, and I'm just going to contour that just a tad bit more, which also made it look just a little bit more skinnier. But I only did that just because I like just how it, you know, when you contour your nose, how it looks. I just really like that. So that's what I'm doing now. And then I'm going back in with that brush and just blending it out so there's like no super harsh artificial looking lines. Next, I'm taking my e.l.f. blush palette in the shade Dark, and I took those 2 shades on the bottom, and I'm applying that onto my face with a Coastal Scent brush. I'm blending that in with my contour and really bringing that to the back of my cheekbones. If you can kind of see, this palette is a really great palette, and I'm honestly thinking about doing a review on it because it's a really great palette to have in your collection for only $6. But I'm just blending that in with my contour, right on top of my contour actually. And next, I'm taking my Midnight Banana powder, and I'm also taking it on this little brush. What I'm doing is a reverse contour. I'm highlighting underneath my contour so my contour can look even stronger. Now, usually some people do this before they actually contour, and you can do this instead of contouring, and you know, if you did not want to add a darker powder to those areas. But I added my darker powder and actually contour, and now I'm just taking that Midnight Banana powder and I'm placing it right underneath my jawline so it can have a crisp, sharp line. I'm gonna let that sit for like 3 minutes. And then also the same on my nose, I wanted to bring that out just a little bit more, and my chin as well. I wanted to bring out just a little bit more. So it's just sitting there. And then while it's sitting there, I'm taking this Forever 21 Illuminating Bronzer. It's really like a highlight. It is so pretty, you guys. From Forever 21, like, I really wasn't expecting it to be all that. When I say this stuff is the bomb, this is the shiznit. I love it. Like, I love it. I use it every day. This is just something I use on an everyday basis, and I've just been loving it. So far, I'm just really loving it. I don't know, I just like rediscovered my love for it. So I'm just applying that on my cheekbones and then like on my forehead, and then I'm taking that brush again and just blending away all of that product. And as you can see, it just highlighted that area just a little bit, and you want to blend it out really good so it doesn't look like super artificial and weird looking. But you know, I'm blending that out, and it highlighted that area, but it also helped clean up my contour a little bit. But as you can see, I think I took it up just a little bit too high because I'm going to go back in and recontour a little bit. But I'm taking that bronze, or that illuminating bronzer, and just applying it on my nose, like pretty much like in the center of my nose, the bridge of my nose, and then the tip of my nose to make it look a little bit like more plumpy and sitting up my cupid's bow. And I also took it above my eyebrows as well. And now I'm going back in with my contour brush just to blend it out a little bit, because it looked a little too harsh for me and I didn't really want it to look that harsh, and at the end it all comes together. But I love contouring. Now you can contour with a cream like a concealer or a foundation, but I wanted to do it as a powder, and this is how I contour on an everyday basis, so I wanted to show you guys like the real deal and what I actually do. And now I'm taking my L'Oreal Paris Infallible setting spray and just setting my face, and you are complete with your highlight and contour. I hope this was helpful, and yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and give it a thumbs up. I love you guys. Talk to you later. Bye.